Hello and welcome to this brief video. Today we will be presenting an overview of the AWP Maturity Level Benefits tool, developed by the CII Community for Business Advancement Performance and Benchmarking Subcommittee. Firstly, let's review what the tool is. The AWP Maturity Level Benefits tool provides an understanding of the various levels of potential AWP implementation and the benefits at each level. AWP is not an all-or-nothing endeavor. There are levels of potential AWP implementation, and the amount of investment required to reach those levels, as well as the benefits that can be expected from each level, varies. This tool can be used to evaluate the process of taking a crawl, walk, run approach to AWP, where maturity is increased over a series of projects. This process of meeting project management teams where they are in AWP maturity allows the team to reduce the large change management challenge to a series of smaller, more easy to navigate changes. So now let's have a look at the contents of the tool. Firstly, we have a Getting Started screen, which provides a description and purpose, some basic instruction for use, and a list of intended outcomes from using the tool. The AWP Investments and Benefits tab. This is the main body of the work, where the investment and benefits are explained. The screenshot here shows only a small section of the overall tool. We will go into more detail about parts of this tab shortly. Measuring AWP adoption. This is the first of two sets of metrics that provide the user with details of what to look for when assessing the health of their AWP implementation. Each of these should be measurable key performance indicators that projects can use. The AWP adoption focuses on how well the implementation process itself is working on the project. Measuring AWP benefits. The second set of metrics looks at the outcomes of AWP on project performance. These key performance indicators can be assessed against previous project performance to validate the benefits of using AWP. The Where to Go Next tab lists some recommended steps for further development of your AWP implementation. And lastly, the acronym list. For an industry drowning in acronyms, this will provide some much needed explanation for those unfamiliar with AWP terminology. Now we'll look at some key features of the Investment and Benefits tab. We created separate categories for implementation to represent both a crawl, walk, run approach and also the various possible scenarios that companies find themselves in when executing a project. Category A is a traditional approach without using AWP principles. Category B looks at work phase planning only, so this is just for the construction phase and is only key discipline IWPs. Category C, you're starting to implement AWP, you're pulling some of the planning activities back into the engineering phases, you're incorporating procurement, and you're creating IWPs for all disciplines. And for Category D, this is full AWP, full planning activities as early as the FEL phases, complete alignment of engineering, procurement, construction, and commissioning startup, and all work package types are being created. AWP investment. The tool describes the AWP investment at each category in terms of people, where we look at added personnel and additional cost of planning meetings, process, training, procedures and contracts, and technology, the tools and systems needed to support AWP. This AWP investment is shown in a TripAdvisor style, reflecting the increase in cost for each category rather than a specific dollar value. We then considered AWP benefits. Benefits are grouped under each category depending on their applicability. Each benefit includes the value phase, when in the project the benefit is realized, the role, which refers to which person in the project team will realize the benefit category, which is split into cost, schedule, alignment, or predictability, the relative return of each of the benefits, the value summary, the value description, good project delivery, and AWP project delivery. One important thing to note is that the benefits compound at each category, i.e. if you are doing category C, you get all of the benefits of category B plus the ones identified for category C. With category D, you get all the benefits of categories B, C, and D. Good project delivery. One important aspect of this tool is the recognition of what we refer to as good project delivery. This is an acknowledgement that some projects can operate well without using AWP. The tool describes for each benefit what good project delivery looks like, then also explains what AWP project delivery looks like. This will help to highlight the differences in approach and the additional benefit that AWP brings. It will also help to address some key concerns about AWP adoption. Things like, we already do this, or we don't need AWP. Even if you are operating successfully to date, AWP can help to improve your project delivery performance. So what's next for the subcommittee? We're going to be looking at return on investment. So we're looking at a tool to elevate the investment and benefits assessment to the next level by including a quantitative assessment. This will be developed into a return on investment tool, which will leverage the implementation categories to show the progressive increase in benefit of AWP as maturity increases. And the planned release date for that is Q4 of 2021. Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to either of our co-chairs.